Yeah. You already know what it is, man. It's the one and only, the Big 7 Up, man, live and direct. And today is episode 10 of Life After Prison series, man. I do not want y'all to miss this. This is a very highly anticipated episode today. So make sure y'all tap in. Today's episode is how to apply for a job with a record. This has been one of the most highly asked questions that I get on a daily. In my comments, in my DMs, when I'm just out and about. Because the brothers know I keep me a job. They know I keep me a job. And I want you to keep you a job too, bro, because I don't want you to go back to prison for sure. And if you're doing anything illegal, bro, to make money, bro, you a fool, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Because it's too many hustles to be broke. And it's too many hustles to be doing something illegal for sure. So let me tap you in. When I got arrested, bro, I was 15 years old. I was a kid. I didn't have a job. When I got released from prison, I was 28 years old, a grown man. And my mom was gone. I didn't have her to rely on no longer. I didn't have fam to rely on no longer. So, and I knew after serving 13 years in prison, I wasn't going back to the streets. I knew that for sure. So the only option that I had was trying to get me a good job. I didn't know what job I was going to get. Because as being a felon, you'll be lucky to get any job out here. But I had in mind the kind of job that I wanted. And I was going for something like, construction, things of that nature, because me personally, I'm a hands-on person. I'm an active type of person. I just know me. When I sit down and I say, what is the type of things that I like to do? I know. Especially for work. If I gotta go and do something for 8 hours or more a day, I know that I want it to be something that I can do without even tripping. And working outside, being hands-on, being active is something personally that I don't mind doing. I prefer to be outside working construction or climbing a tree, cutting down trees versus sitting in a warehouse or versus sitting in a convenience store or working behind a cash register or stocking shelves. That's just me. But some people would prefer to work at a restaurant or work as a cash register or work at a supermarket or work this, that, and the third. And there's nothing wrong with it. You have to do what you have to do in the beginning to make a living. You can't be judgmental. You can't be biased towards work. Because you can't be biased toward that money, because that money is going to be what pays your bills, pays your rent, pays your lights, pays your electric, pays for your phone to be on. So you can't be judgmental towards how you getting that paper. You got to get that paper how you got to get that paper. I've been through numerous jobs since I've been home from prison. And I'm going to tell y'all a few of them. When I first came home, by the grace of God, it didn't take me no time to get a job. I got a job instantly. It took me about a week. I got me a job at UPS factory, working in a warehouse. Great money, $21 an hour, and I was working third shift. I didn't get the job convenient way by putting in an application, like how you normally do. I was really blessed and fortunate how I got the job. And when I got it, I took advantage of it. I didn't play with it. I actually kept going up to the job like as if I worked there. Early in the morning, I would be there. When the other workers was going into work, I was going in with them. And I would talk to whoever I could talk to. And luckily, one day, I talked to the right person who led me to another person. And in no time, I had a job there. It worked just like that for me because I was that determined and that consistent in getting the job. And it worked out for me. I'm not saying that it will work out for everybody like that in every situation. But a lot of times being consistent does help. And being persistent does help. It gives you an advantage. And they could see it in my eyes that I wanted to work. And that they knew that if I got that job, that I wasn't going to let them down. I wasn't going to make them look like a fool. They knew. So they gave me the opportunity and they gave me the chance. And I was very appreciative of it because, like I said, this was my first job, not just only out of prison, But my first job, period, was at UPS, $21 an hour. So that was a blessing. That is being my first job. I was not as aware how hard it would be to find another job, especially a good paying job. Now, let me say that again. By this being my first job, I was not aware that it was hard finding good paying jobs. By me not knowing that, I was not very grateful of the job that I had. I was grateful because I had the opportunity to get a job as soon as I came home from prison, don't get me wrong. But I felt like they was working me too hard because they told me that nothing that I lifted would be over 70 pounds. And a lot of that stuff that I had to lift was a lot heavier than 70 pounds. And it began to take a toll on my back. And the first thing I did, as soon as it got hard a little bit, was I gave up. Because I felt like, oh man, you know, it was that easy for me to get this job. I could get another good job that doesn't require me to do so much. And that was just me being naive because, like I said, this was my first job ever. When I got arrested, I was a kid. So things like having to apply for a job and finding good paying jobs and things of this nature are very, very new to me. And it's a part of my process. It's a part of my life after prison process. And that's a great thing about it, that you guys are being able to experience my experiences without even having to go through it. Because I'm telling you right now. So if you have been just released from prison and you do happen to find a good job as soon as you are released from prison, bro, let me tell you this. Don't take it for granted. Because you don't know how hard it might be to find another good paying job, bro. And you don't want to lose it. Because if you lose it, you don't know how hard it may be to find another one. So if you do have a good job, make sure you appreciate it and make sure that you don't take it for granted, bro. That's all I'm saying. Because when you don't have a job and you don't have them checks coming in that you know that's coming in for certain every Friday, you know you can rely on that. When you don't have that no more, that shit hit different, bro. It sucks, bro. I know getting up every day and going to work repetitively is not the funnest thing ever. But when you don't have that pay coming in, nigga, because I know you be happy on payday. And when you ain't got payday to look forward to no more, man, that shit be, life ain't the same. Man, keep that job, broski, and stay down, man. And don't give up, man, just because it get hard a little bit, man. Get you a back brace, man. If you can't take that pain, get you a back brace, G. You know what I'm saying? You'll be all right. Real talk, bro. After I quit this job, the UPS job, I did find another job. No other job paid as well. And I always had issues finding like a real good job. That was the best job that I had. Not gonna lie. And that's why I said what I said about not taking it for granted, bro. Because after that job, I never found a job as good as that. I have a very good job right now, which I'm grateful to have, but it's not a 9-to-5. It's an under the table job. You get what I'm saying? And under the table jobs have their benefits, but they have their disadvantages as well. And so, you know, you just got to keep that in mind, bro. You got to keep that in mind, bro. So after the UPS job, I went the restaurant, I went the janitor. I was a janitor, like a custodian at a for like commercial companies. I cleaned buildings, I cleaned apartments. I did construction. Bro, like I've had literally numerous jobs since I've been home. At this moment, I'm doing tree service jobs where I climb trees and cut trees down, and we remove trees from out out of the way of power lines. We remove trees that have been damaged, that have fallen over. We remove trees that potentially could fall on someone's house. So, we do a lot of very great jobs, and I find it, very active. I love to be active when I'm working. So this is right up my alley. I'm outside. I love the nature. I get to travel. I get to go to different parts of Ohio to do my work. So for me, it's something like that I don't mind doing. It's perfect. The pay is very good. I get to meet a lot of different people from all kind of walks of life. I get to share my story. It's an opportunity for me, and I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it. I have other things going on as well besides just work. I have kind of like a Nipsey Hustle mentality. I like to invest in myself. I've never been too keen on working for the system too much. I do feel like the system is to be worked, but not for that long. I feel like, it's a stepping stone for you to take advantage of. And so that has just been my mentality that I've acquired while I was in prison. When I was away, I did a lot of research, reading. I went to college. I got my GED, and I just did so much research, bro, on just trying to financially free, financial literature, investing into stocks, investing into yourself, investing in the technology, investing in the trades. I just tried to learn as much as I could, as much as possible, bro, so I can be financially free one day to the point where I can be comfortable in life without having to work as hard, because I was raised by, a middle class family, and I saw how hard they worked and didn't really have a lot of free time or a lot of time, for just their self. And it was, for me, seeing it, it was kind of like, it don't make sense. Like, man, why don't, you know what I'm saying? Why can't you have more time? You know what I'm saying? Why can't you do what you want? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know it's kind of childish to think like that, but after so long of you working, I mean, you deserve to be able to live a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be damned if I work my whole life and never get to enjoy my hard work. It just doesn't make sense to me. So I want to be able to work and enjoy my work as well as enjoy this life that I've been given, the only life that I've been given. And so I've began making smart money moves. And those smart money moves have set me up in a way where I can be more in control of my daily life and what I want to do. Because I feel like if I want to work today, I can work today. I feel like if I don't want to work today, then I shouldn't have to feel like I have to work today. You shouldn't have to feel like you have to work your whole life, even if you're in pain. What if you don't feel good this day? What if you're in pain this day? So that has just been my mentality. And I don't want my family or friends to have to work if they don't feel good. I don't want them to have to work if they don't feel like it. If they want to work, then the option is there for you to do whatever your heart desires. But if you don't want to work, I don't feel like you should feel compelled to have to work. And so I started making better financial decisions, beginning with saving. I don't know if anybody can notice or if you pay attention that much, but a lot of times you'll see me wearing hoodies, a lot of times the same exact hoodie in a lot of my videos. And it's just because I don't really value, materialistic things how others do. I went without material things for so long in prison that it doesn't really ring the same as to someone who's been consumed in that materialistic mindset their whole life. And before I went to prison, I was so poor, poverty stricken, that I couldn't be that deeply invested into materialistic stuff anyways, because I couldn't afford to be. But my desire to wanna be, my desire to want these things led me to prison when all of those things was taken from me by force. Then I was given this other mindset. I don't have a lot of things. I don't have barely anything, but I'm still alive. I might not have anything, but I still have my health. I might not have anything, but I still have my eyes. I might not have anything to my name, but I still have all of my fingers and my toes. I might not have anything to my name, but I can hear. I can see, I can smell, I can taste. You get what I'm saying? So when I was in prison and everything was stripped away from me, and then I was given this new point of view, but I still had all of my senses. I said, you know what? Damn, I might not have materialistic things like everybody else, dreams of having, but I have some of the most important things that a lot of people don't have, and they wish that they could have. Like a healthy body, like a sharp mind, like the willpower to get up and go and get something. I was on live earlier with a man who's been paralyzed since he was born. You get what I'm saying? But he still played basketball. He still worked out every day and was in a competition as a weightlifter. He didn't let his disability determine what he would do with his life. And to me, that was so powerful, y'all, because we have everything in this world, all of our extremities, and we still find an excuse to not do something. And that's sad, because this man literally was born without his feeling in his legs, but he never let that stop him from doing anything, bro. And to me, because I was in prison and I literally have sat down with all kind of people, all backgrounds, all races, all classes, I understand how all of us we are capable of doing anything we set our mind to, bro. And we can. You cannot settle for less. You cannot. Even if you're having a hard time applying for certain jobs, bro. Because I know with a record, even though they shouldn't judge you, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they will judge you. I know a lot of times they won't give you that opportunity that you deserve. And I know that can be frustrating and it can be deterrent, but you can't give up, bro. Just because this person tells you no, or just because they not responding, don't mean you gotta stop. Nah, keep putting them in, bro. Because once you catch your break, and you will catch your break. Once you catch it, that's when you just be so full throttle, double down on work, consistent, and you just show them that you deserve this opportunity more than anybody. When you catch your break, that's when you show them exactly why you deserve it and exactly why you was put in that position. because everybody is not gonna get the opportunity, bro. But when you get the opportunity, you have to take advantage of it and show them exactly why you deserved it. Because everybody's not gonna get it. Everybody's not worthy of it. But when you get it, you have to show them why you was worth it. Let them know. Yeah, y'all took a chance on me and I was worth it. Make them know why. You feel me? Make them know why, bro. And I know that sometimes when you putting in all these applications and you might not be getting the feedback that you want immediately. It can be the turn you can wanna do a lot of things, man. You might wanna go and slide and might wanna go and ride and you might wanna go and do this and that and the third to provide. But listen, man, be patient, bro. Be patient with yourself, king. Be patient with yourself, queen. Don't do that. Don't be so quick to slide. Don't be so quick to ride. Don't be so quick to go outside. Don't be so quick. Sometimes, bro, just chill out. Sit back and let things play out, bro. Sit back and let things play out, bro. How it's gonna play out sometimes. Don't be so quick to be the one on the front line. Don't be so quick, bro. Chill and let things play out, bro, because you don't ever know what might happen next, bro, for you. You don't ever know what the Most High have in store for you. So just be easy, bro, and let things play out sometimes, bro, because there's some great things going to happen for you. As long as you keep faith and you keep working, you stay being consistent on the right path, you don't know what door is going to open up for you, bro. I'm telling you, I'm a real testament of that because so many great things have been taking place in my life, all because I've been consistent in my path, bro, and because I haven't went left. Because I haven't went left field. I chose to stay consistent in my journey, bro. Because I knew that ultimately this was going to be the path to lead me to success. They tried to get me to veer off. They tried to get me to go that way. But I said, nah. I know the right way. And I'm not going that way. I'm not going that way. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. I fumbled a couple times along the journey. I stumbled and I fumbled and I went and I could have and I went a little bit this way and I went a little bit of that way. Yeah. I veered off a little bit and I stopped. And I smoked with bruh and chopped it and I was seeing what they had going on over there. And I kept going because they wasn't time about nothing. Then I went down the street a little bit and I stopped. And I was smoking and drinking with them because I had to see what they had going on. And then I had saw that they all had nothing going on. And I noticed, like, man, I'm just really just wasting my time. I'm really just wasting my time at the end of the day. But I keep stopping here and seeing what's up with them and stopping over there and seeing what's up with them because when I stopped, none of them had nothing going on. And none of them had nothing positive to say. So I said, I told myself, I said, I'm wasting my time by even stopping. I need to stay on course. I need to stay on course on my journey so I can get to where I need to be. Because I have a destination. I got somewhere to be. I don't have time to be stopping. Because it's not beneficial. You got somewhere to be. You got a destination. You just need to find your path so you can get to your destination. Once I found my path, like I said, I veered off here and there because I didn't know. I thought, damn, I knew that this was my path, but I wasn't sure. You know what I'm saying? I just had to make sure. And God had to teach me and he had to show me like, nah, this is you. This is you for sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just had to make sure like, is this my path? And he showed me like, nah, this your path, bro. This your path. Cause every time I stopped and I thought that they had the path, they didn't have the path for me. They didn't have the path for me. I'm not saying that they path is not going to work for them, but I'm just saying for me, they path was not for me. My path is what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing my story. I'm helping. I'm inspiring. I'm motivating the trenches, man. I'm motivating the younger generation. We got a lot to do, bro. We got a lot to do, and I ain't giving up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all get y'all a job, bro. We're gonna get into these investment videos soon, bro, because I got a lot of investments going on. You feel me? So we're gonna get into all that in the near future. But first and foremost, man, make sure y'all go and get y'all a job if y'all ain't got y'all a job already. I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. So I'm out of here. I appreciate everybody who stopped by and showed love to this video. Make sure y'all give it a thumbs up and make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, peace.